Hey patrons, happy Wednesday. We're still working on the mega grant this week. It's probably going to be a multi-week project. We want to submit the best possible grant we can to Epic. I think we can resubmit in the future if we don't get it the first time around, but after you submit the application, it takes like 3 months for them to get back to you with an answer. So it would just be nice to know on the first time around whether or not we've gotten it. You might notice I'm wearing a Buc-ee's t-shirt today. I'm originally from the great state of Texas, where Buc-ee's is amazing. If you're ever driving through Texas, check it out. All right, let's go to Steven. So Steven, I know that you were working on a cloud development environment last week. What was the status on that?
Well, it's it's now my primary development environment. I haven't had to touch this computer back here since I launched that one, so
you're just working in the cloud now.
I'm just working in the cloud, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. No, honestly, it sped me up a lot.
And I noticed you had some rock mods that you were working on earlier in the week.
I did, yes. Yeah, so that was yesterday. Did a rock mod, and then I've also... A lot of this is organizational. I've been kind of creating mods to organize a lot of the other things that I've done. So one of those is the rock mod. I also have a fire particles mod. Today cool. I was working on a... what I'm calling a hierarchy mod, but it's really just a mod for taking objects and making them parents or children of other objects.
Oh, that's cool. So it's an example mod of...
Well, I'm glad you asked. So for example, if you have a rock and you have a fire particle, you can make the fire particle be a child of the rock, and now you have a flaming rock.
Flaming rocks.
I just so happen to have a demo right here.
Wow.
So I don't know if people can see that there, but it's kind of bright. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of flaming rocks. That's the point. There's a flaming rocks that I spawned earlier.
Awesome.
And I can show you the code right now, but that's subject to change. But
okay.
So again, subject to change, but
cool.
You can see that it's a sentence or an expression that first one just means combine or make something a parent or child of the other. And that brown circle is the rock. So I haven't spent a lot of time on the graphic design yet. And that red triangle is the flame. Again, so graphic design needs some work here. But that then makes the rock particle or the fire particle child of the rock.
Yeah, that's great.
And I actually have I have like a fire beam of like a fire laser kind of thing.
Yeah.
So theoretically, I should be able to swap out that last rune for this equally unexciting rune, which is a diamond.
That's the fire beam.
Should be the fire beam. I'm gonna aim it over here, and I don't know. Let's see if it does anything.
Oh, it looks like it's doing something.
Yeah, it is a fire beam. It's a little hard to see because it's going sideways.
Oh, it's going sideways. Yeah, no, I see it.
You can shoot it there. Now you kind of see that there's flames coming out of that rock and kind of a beam. And I assume that it should like kind of rotate with the rock. So if you could get that rock kind of on its side facing a certain direction,
then it would rotate the beam.
Yeah, and then you have a beam facing upward. Or maybe I should change the default way that the beam faces. So that it aligns with the rock. But yeah, it's tricky for me to get it to work right now because I don't have any like code that easily rotates things.
Yeah,
but that would be a thing I'd be working on. Oh yeah, there we go. So just by shooting enough of them, I managed to get one of them lying on its side. So it kind of I don't know. Can you see, Lindsay? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can see.
So now that beam of fire is shooting up in the air.
That's awesome.
Anyway, so I've been playing around with it myself, but what's nice is like anyone can produce any particle, and that would work with my code. You don't have to like think about anything else except creating your mod, creating your particle, and packaging it up as your rune, and then that rune can go into that sentence, in the same spot, that same expression. And you get the same effect, but with your particle, or your rock, whichever one you want.
Bigger picture, the mods that you're creating right now,
the plan is to use them in this epic mega grant, right, that we're writing.
Right. The big picture, as I've said in the blog before, is Code Spells as a community, and so I'm trying to build the software around that idea so that you can make your mods and kind of put them on GitHub, and now they're part of the larger Code Spells ecosystem. I'm trying to make that as friction-free as possible. And so when we go to Epic to apply for the Mega Grant, we want to be able to sort of tell that story. And so I'm going to make a variety of mods, and we're going to, I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to say, like, look, I made a bunch of mods that could just as well have been made by different people, not just me.
Yeah.
But look how easy it is to put them together and compose them into additional mods or additional Code Spells works.
Yeah, that's awesome. And would it be helpful for the community to be creating mods right now for the grant, or?
I mean, it certainly would. It would. I don't want to put pressure on anyone, but yeah, I mean, if someone wants to just one thing that's kind of cool about Code Spells mods is you don't have to learn all of Unreal. In fact, you don't even have to code anything. All you really have to do is use their artistic tools. So they have a really very cool particle system interface, and there are a zillion YouTube tutorials online.
Yeah.
So you could just go through a tutorial, make a particle system that you think is cool, and honestly, if you've done that, I don't know, just let us know, and I could plop it into a mod, or if you are able to get the modding environment set up on your computer, then you could do it, and then I could pull that mod into my stuff as well.
Yeah, so theoretically everyone has access to the modding tools right now, so they could get started on it.
Exactly, yeah, so it's all open source, just requires that you have Unreal and Racket installed.
Okay.
And then, I've documented how to get set up from there.
And that's in one of the previous blog posts. Maybe I could link it from this video.
And also on the Code Spells GitHub, the main Code Spells project on GitHub.
Okay.
Has
I'll link that in the video.
Awesome, so that's our update for today. I think I'm going to do these updates on Wednesdays and Fridays now instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm noticing that on Mondays, between Friday and Monday, there's not that much new content to talk about, and Steven's been pretty good about creating blog posts throughout. So I think I'm going to move it just to Wednesdays and Fridays. If anyone has feedback or thoughts about that, let me know. As always, if you're looking at this either on Patreon or on YouTube, please like the video, post a comment if you can. It's super helpful. And if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube yet, definitely subscribe. Every little bit is super helpful. I hope y'all have a great rest of the week.